Hi everyone, welcome to Progress Pulse Gaming. This is the first uh, video in the Mech Arena series where we'll be looking at tips, guidelines, tutorials um, that basically and other analyses that allow that will facilitate a fast progression in the game and also that will basically make the game more fun. Okay, in this tutorial, we'll be looking at the Gear Hub, um, the how you can use the Gear Hub as a tool to increase the strength of your weapons and your merc, um, so that you have better chances of performing well in battle. Okay, so if we go to the Gear Hub, right? We start off with the okay. We start off with the gear market, the pilot market, and the inventory that you have. Okay, the inventory being mercs, weapons, pilots, and implants, and then the pilot markets has pilots and implants. The gear market has mercs and weapons. Okay, in the gear market, there is the information. There's the information button which basically answers some useful questions, specifically how to unlock new tires and the mechs and weapons within them, which is basically by upgrading the weapons in the tires that are open, and then how do you get pilots and so on. So you have a collection of questions um, that have answers that will allow you to interact with the gear market and also use the gear market to optimize uh, the state of your inventory. So basically, if we start off in the gear market, you have your unlocked tires, your tires that are locked, and then in some cases you actually have um, access, or you have access, um, or in some cases you actually have a particular merc in a tire that one has not unlocked. So that basically allows you to um, to to plan your progression, basically to move towards um, to move towards those weapons that have already been unlocked. I mean, with mercs, uh, a person can do that, but it's more it's something that you can. I mean, with Max, it's certainly possible. Obviously, not that it's possible. It is so, in the sense that higher tier Max will tend to have more sophisticated functionalities. Similarly, with the weapons, I mean, the weapons get bigger and bigger and more powerful, um, and basically the whole idea is how to progress in the fastest way to progress, because that is the you become that is the fastest way to become stronger. um and one thing I would point out, I mean, obviously there is then doing the upgrades, where basically when you're looking to do your upgrades, you can start off with your inventory and look at the mercs within the inventory. Then you have these green arrows which show candidates. I mean, from what I can gather, we have a lot of blueprints, we have enough credits, and this is what is required for the upgrade, and that returns a green arrow. But if you go to the Lancer, where you don't have enough blueprints, you know, you sort of Um, you sort of get a situation like that. And then sometimes you have yellow upgrades, yellow arrows, which are tied with which yeah, you have which means something basically. Um, okay, and I mean these apply to the pilots. The yellow arrow means an upgrade is possible. Well, it means an upgrade is possible with additional resources, I guess, because as we can see here, we don't have enough. Okay, then implants can be upgraded as well. Okay, and you have that indicator system again. We've looked at pilots, we've looked at weapons, we've looked at mercs, and that upgrade is done in a way to try and unlock higher tires. Okay, then the second part is here under the daily cause. There is a section for the gear hub where you have a set of tasks that are allocated um, for the gear hub, and for instance, unlocking tires, utilizing available max slots, and so on. Okay, and playing battles with mercs at different tires. Okay, then if we look at the actual events, specifically the award playoff event, um, we notice that in the objectives you can they're looking for an upgrade on the mercs on the weapons one time, and you are given um, a reward for that. So the idea is that when you have situations like that, it might be useful to actually link those required upgrades to upgrades in the inventory that that open higher tires. Okay. Then the third component uh, involves the event crate rushes. So, for example, we have the crate rush for Aegis. We have one for Blizzfrost, Barrow Beam, Ability Cooldown, EM Rifle, Baron the Pilot, and then the Fortune Vaults is really for credits and skins. Okay, so when you have that situation, okay, so we can just open this crate. So we start off with the gear in the gear hub. We have optimized um, our upgrades. I know I haven't done this upgrade because that's not really part of the illustration. Um, because I'm not deploying. I'm not deploy. Well, I am deploying Paragon, and I would do an upgrade like that. In fact, okay, and then um, we have the weapons which have been fully upgraded. We leave the RPG because I'm really more interested in the auto cannons, the plasma cannon, and also the pulse cannons, um, which is basically a a progression like so. So from the auto cannon, plasma cannon 4, plasma cannon 6, where I would be looking to upgrade these two weapons. Even though these ones are already open, I use them, but then I would upgrade these two weapons in order um, to open the tire and get access to other weapons. Similarly for Mechs. Okay, so once that is done, you then have your best your best available weapons configuration, and I would say a build, because you have to include the pilots, you have to include the implants and the level of upgrades and so on. and yeah, and basically the interplay with the tires, and also weapons that are available in unlocked tires. So for simplicity, we will look at the pulse cannon, the plasma cannon on slingshot, okay, and then we'll look at the autocannon 4 on Paragon, autocannon 2 on the Lancer. We'll leave the fourth slot unopened, and then so now I want to illustrate. Then you go to battle into a control point clash, a death match, or a tournament. Okay, this is only available in Division 7, and the custom match in a form where you can play with bots, and alone, is available at Division 5. Okay, so we will start off with a control clash. So the idea here is to complete the different tasks in the derby within the battle, and then basically get access to rewards in the form of crates that would have blueprints, and these blueprints would be imported or would be deposited into your inventory, and then you use the indicator system, um, and the strategy of unlocking tires to determine the most appropriate upgrades. Okay, so let's go to a control point match. We'll play, and then hopefully we'll be able to win a match, and get some sort of reward in the form of a crate or blueprint. All right. Since the map requires us to move around, I'll start off with slingshot. Okay, and the whole idea here is to stay together with your teammates.
We have taken the lead. Beacon captured.
Okay, so I'm on a 4 alone. I didn't do that too well.
We're losing the lead. Killing spree. Well
Okay. Okay, this guy's gonna rush me. Yeah.
There is 1 minute left.
Okay, so we hopefully take this. Ay, ay, ay.
Beacon captured. Incoming fire. We are running out of time. 30 seconds remaining. Killing spree. Critical damage. Humiliation. 3. We have taken the lead. 1. You have won the match.
Okay, that's so. This is very important. This report, after so okay, 6 kills, the damage, and also the action time. Right? Okay, we've achieved a few things. Okay, okay, we've got 1 crate. So then the idea is that if you repeat that many times, you'll get many crates. You open your crate, and we have a plasma cannon 4 blueprint, which is good. So if you go to the gear hub and we look for our plasma cannon, okay, it shows that we have 3 blueprints, but it's still not enough, but it's much better than what it was before. And then just before we do that, you do get free flash deals for free, which is your which are basically which is part of your dailies, which is your steel crate. So this is actually useful now in the sense that we are once again picking up blueprints um, from events, and then those blueprints migrate to the inventory. Then within the inventory, we have an indicator system, so we see what has happened with our plasma cannon. Um, and the plasma cannon 4 is very good. It's very interesting. Well, no, it's not that it's interesting. It's a very good um, upgrade to make, because we want to open weapons in tier 3, which is part of our requirements. Sorry, which is part of our requirements here. Okay, and yeah. So yeah, which is so what you do. I mean, in the event that, of course, you have satisfied the requirements of other derbies and so on, you get rewards in the form of blueprints and credits. And then, as we have seen with the RPG, is that there are there are enough blueprints. And then we see with the pulse cannon now we have enough blueprints and enough credits to make that update. And that update, of course, helps to unlock the next tire. Okay. I mean, here you have the pulse cannon, which is already in the next tire. Um, since it's already in the next tire, I would make the upgrade, because when you make the upgrade, this is going to be a useful upgrade, um, it's going to be a useful upgrade to open the next tire after tire 3, to open tire 4, if you upgrade weapons in tire 3. And yeah, so then that's basically the what I wanted to illustrate. And I hope, yeah, and hopefully that is useful, and you can leverage that to become stronger in the game. When you are stronger, you can have more fun, you can explore more strategies, and yeah, and basically that's great. Thank you, and have a great one.